2008, baby. Pop music is at its peak. High School Musical 3 and Twilight are in theaters. Disney Channel is dropping bangers like Camp Rock and Wizards of Waverly Place. The world was at peace.
Coverage now on the growing financial crisis. Yesterday, the House rejected.
One of the most significant pieces of media in my 2008 mental filing cabinet was the Tinkerbell movie. Yes, the whimsical and sassy pixie from the Peter Pan movie has her own movie. I was in awe of this movie with its beautiful art direction, its incredible music, and a wholesome story that really told the tale of what it's like to experience the world as... I'm sorry? What it's like to be experiencing the world as someone who doesn't necessarily... What is that? Oh, it's just Daddit. I stumbled across this Daddit post from 2011. Just a quick word of warning. The Tinkerbell movies may seem like fluffy fun, but they send some really awful messages to kids. The post then goes on to list 5 pretty serious issues about the movie, and this dad wasn't alone. A gaggle of Daddit agreeers came in bashing Tinkerbell, with one going as far as saying, "Good thing my daughter would rather watch Star Wars and Transformers than the Tinkerbell movies." Keep reinforcing that behavior. I'm sure she's not going to have to reconnect with her sense of femininity and girlhood later in life. It was actually kind of funny because the original poster sort of roasted this dad back. I hope you mean the Transformers series. God, those movies are awful. So here I am, with the chip of Daddit on my shoulder, coming back to this movie 15 years later to see, did I get brainwashed by Tinkerbell? So I have determined 4 different themes we need to look for while studying and dissecting this movie. If these 4 themes are found, the Tinkerbell movie is confirmed. Dangerous. 1. If we see any trusting of the industrialist. Who that is, we do not know yet. 2. Scientists being overzealous and joyless. I think that's mutually exclusive, but we don't need to talk about that. 3. Characters only being good at one thing. And finally, 4. Any signs that are against one educating themselves. Okay? So keep those in your back pocket. I don't know, I felt like I was like on an insurance commercial for a second, and I always wanted to do that. So Disney put in the work and money to make this film a success. They had budget. And you know what? Maybe they pushed this movie so hard because of their agenda. Maybe there was an agenda behind this marketing budget. The cast list, though, woo! Mae Whitman voices Tinkerbell, who also voices Katara in Avatar: The Last Airbender, and she stars in the movie Duff. I completely forgot that movie existed. And for Tinkerbell's girl gang, we have Lucy Liu as Silvermist, Kristen Chenoweth as Rosetta, Raven Simone as Iridessa, and American Ferrera as Fawn. We also have Jesse McCartney as Terrence, and something about Jesse McCartney is he's going to voice act. I remember I started playing the Kingdom Hearts games because Jesse McCartney voiced Roxas in Kingdom Hearts 2, so I rented that from Blockbuster way too many times.
And the first time that a baby laughs, a fairy's life takes flight.
That is the most adorable thing I've ever heard in my life. If you've ever heard anything more adorable, no, you didn't.
In the springtime when the earth is young.
Oh, okay. That's why she's named Belle. Belle, Tinkerbell. Thank God she hit a bell. Can you imagine if she hit a rat? Her name would be Tinker Rat. So we're following this dandelion petal to the most beautiful, whimsical, gorgeous, effervescent place I've ever seen in my entire life. Let's just take a moment to appreciate this movie's art direction. Look at this. That's what the inside of my mind palace looks like. So our little dandelion settles in Pixie Hollow. Our girl Tinkerbell is born. Also, Taylor Swift looks exactly like Tinkerbell. I won't be taking any arguments on this. These two look exactly alike to me. Let's say Tinkerbell assaulted me, okay? And I have to pick one of them out in the lineup, and it's just them two, and I'm sitting there like... They look identical. I'm sorry, officer. I can't even tell the difference, officer. Are they the same person? This would be so terrifying. I know that when you're a baby who's born, you know, you have the doctors and maybe the parents that talk to you when you're a little baby, like, hello, little baby, hi. Can you imagine being freshly born and just getting bombarded by a large group of similar creatures and they're just all saying hello to you, that would be kind of terrifying, actually. Is this a scary movie?
I trust you found your way all right.
I think so.
Okay, the fact that she was just born and she understands and speaks perfect English, not realistic. Queen Clarion is just that girl. And she has that sort of divine feminine energy that people talk about.
What are these things?
They will help you find your talent, little one.
There are so many fairy talents. I think we all know which one's going to choose her. But we have to observe the formality of her.
How will I know which one is...
You'll know.
Would I say that this is an authority choosing for her? No. Would I say the magic and mysteries of the universe is choosing her talent, which ultimately aligns with her sole purpose? Is the soul an authority figure? I don't know. We're going to leave that untouched for now. I'm just posing questions. See, this would be so humiliating for me personally to be trying in front of people and failing. I do that with my YouTube channel. She goes, ugly.
Never seen one glow that much before, even from Vidya.
This is where we meet Vidya, who is a wind fairy. And I guess she's kind of the antagonist. And she's just immediately annoyed with Tinkerbell because Tinkerbell's glow of her hammer was very large and competes with the glow that was, I guess, on the wind orb for Vidya. So she's just jealous.
Come forward, Tinker Fairies.
Our girl is placed into the Tinker Fairies.
Hi, Heidi, ho, Miss Belle.
This is when we meet Bobble and Clink. They are two very wholesome, very sweet side characters that I love very much. They're showing her the ropes of being a Tinker Fairy.
Come on, Miss Belle. There's so much to show you. Snowflake and Frost Fairies returning home for some well-deserved rest.
So it's winter right now, and the Winter Fairies just finished up all of their duties.
Fairies of every talent are preparing for my favorite season, springtime.
Tinkerbell's getting excited. She's like, man, Pixie Hollow's so cute. I cannot wait to see where I'm gonna live.
Welcome to Tinker's New.
I love how they tried to make it be like, oh, the Tinker Fairies, man, like, they're so low down in the totem pole. Like, look at this place. That is the cutest place I've ever seen. I would choose to live in this area, actually.
Just taking some supplies down to the workshop.
Bobble and Clink are genuinely one of the most hilarious comedic relief duos. They have me kickling my feet and giggling my feet.
There's your house. There's your house, Tinkerbell.
Whoever designed Tinkerbell's house is a recipient of a Geordie Peace Prize on my channel. Every so often, I will give out a Peace Prize because of the great work that is done. This is my first one I'm giving out. So congratulations. This precisely is the experience of a woman living alone for the first time. So the dress that they gave Tinkerbell to wear was too big because she's so small and she's so petite, so she has to cut it and make it smaller. She's arrived, everybody.
Who's that then? It's Tinkerbell, you snail brain.
The fellas basically give Tink a breakdown that Tinker Fairies are the backbone of society. I thought that the Tinker Fairies were portrayed as the working class, but User Far From Home alluded to them being industrialists and scientists. And I honestly don't know what to think right now, because I personally love a woman in STEM. I just don't see the Tinker Fairies as industrialists and scientists.
A new charge on whom we can lavish all our tinkering wisdom and expertise.
This is Fairy Mary, and she is the head boss of the Tinker Fairies. She's sending Tink, Bobble, and Clink to go give the other fairies these machines that are supposed to help expedite the process of fairy duties. These are sprinting thistles, and they are menaces to fairy society at large. Thank you for noticing my hair is in a bun, and it's not because I filmed half the video one day and then wore the same outfit and was hoping you guys wouldn't notice that I'm filming it another day. Honestly, thank God the whole sprinting thistle situation happened. It's because of them that we get to meet the girl gang. TM. These 4 girlies are literally in the top tier of girl gangs of any movie ever made. Okay, this is Rosetta. She's a garden pixie, which means she takes care of the garden, the flowers, whatever. She has a little southern accent.
I'll get to apply my artistic sensibility.
And she is a sweetie pie. Cineris is a water pixie, and she is kind of like a waterbender. And she's just also such a sweetie pie, very understanding. We love her so much, so supportive. And then we have Iridessa, who is a light pixie, and she's much more rational, more grounded. She's a little bit more serious, but still a really good friend. And then we have Fawn, who is also a sweetie pie, and she is a animal pixie. She takes care of animals, and we just love them. They're the most supportive group of girlies. I put them on my vision board. You want to know something? I got it. I got a group of girlies just like them. So put them on your vision board if you want a good girl group in your life, okay? Like, I know I'm going on a rant now, but I know Tinkerbell is the main character, but these girlies really stole the show. The girl band potential of these 4, Fawn would be the drummer for sure. Everyone is super hyped to get the Tinker Fairy's new inventions. The Tinker's inventions are kind of helping make everyone else's jobs a little bit easier. Let's bring back our bullet points. Does them receiving these and testing them out count as trusting the industrialist? No, because they're testing the inventions. To test something means you're not trusting it because you're testing it and you got to see if it works.
What's the mainland? It's where we're gonna go change winter to spring.
So the girlies explained to Tink that they're preparing for spring when they go to the mainland, and the mainland is where all of the seasons change. They do all of the work there, and it's just a magical, beautiful, lovely place. And Tinkerbell is so into the idea of the mainland.
The mainland sounds flitterific.
On Tink's journey back home, she becomes transfixed by Vidya. Tink really wants to be friends with Vidya, and I've felt this before where you have a friend crush where you're like, I really want to be friends with this person. They are so cool and I love their vibe. So I'm going to become friends with them if it's the last thing I do. And this was Tink and Vidya. However, Vidya roasts the living crap out of Tink.
I wouldn't go around bragging about your talent. It's not like spring depends on you.
They are not going to be friends, unfortunately.
Mine is a rare talent.
And she unfortunately makes the mistake of saying, oh, you'll see how important Tinker Fairies are when I go to the mainland. Ooh. That's going to cause a problem because she can't go to the mainland. Tinker Fairies don't go to the mainland. On her way back, she finds all these little treasures and trinkets on the beach. Is this one of the main factors in why girl culture at large enjoys a trinket? I don't know. I'm just bringing up points, but also I'm a studier and I'm studying and I'm talking about the culture. I'm a girl culture historian and anthropologist, and I will say the importance of trinkets in the Tinkerbell movie may have had an effect on why the girlies now love a trinket. Like finding little treasures on the beach and thinking that they are special and taking them home with you. That's girlhood.
These come from the mainland? That place sounds more fascinating all the time. Mustn't be wasting your time with that rubbish. And I won't have it cluttering up my workshop.
You don't own those, Fairy Mary. What is this, school? Like, just tell her to put them away. Why did you have to take them? There is nothing on the Daddit thread about Fairy Mary confiscating items that don't belong to her. However, if they were on that bullet-pointed list, I'd say, yeah, I agree. That is not right. Now, it's important to note the Queen's review is coming.
You see, the Queen is going to review all the preparations for spring.
Tink is like, this is a great opportunity to show off my new inventions in front of everyone and the Queen to prove that the Tinker Fairies are important and that what we do is important because they have to constantly be proving themselves, which is why I just don't think there's an outward trust of the industrialist, but... And she works all night on her little gadgets, and she's about to be so prepared for the Queen's review.
Back this lever, and it's... Demonstrate.
Oh, awkward. They don't really work. Tink is not really reading the room right now. I mean, it's fair. She was born 2 days ago, so social cues probably haven't really been implemented into her brain chemistry yet. But damn, she didn't know when to stop. And the final nail in the coffin is...
Tinker Fairies don't go to the mainland, dear.
Whew, that's tough to find out in front of everybody. It's just not in the budget, love. Like, you guys aren't in the budget, like the corporate budget. So Tink is pissed and she starts cursing her talent instead of the system that doesn't think Tinker Fairies are valuable enough to go to the mainland.
Being a tinker stinks.
She's just fully blaming and hating her passion. The pixie dust area is so damn cute. This is where we also meet Jessie McCartney.
Here you go, Silver Miss.
Thank you, Terrence.
Terrence or whatever. I don't want another pretty face. I don't want just anyone to hold. I don't want my love to go away. I saw Jesse McCartney 2 times at the Illinois State Fair. Not to flex, but I did see him in real life a couple of times.
I've decided I'm not gonna be a Tinker Fairy anymore. What?
And the girls are like, oh my God, we're going to help you. Even though they all know changing your talent is not a good idea. And this is... Sisterhood is supporting your friends unconditionally, even though you know their idea probably won't work, because that is just how the world works. If one of my best friends was like, I want to grow a third arm. I'm on a mission to grow a third arm. I think there's a way I can do it. I just need help. And I think I can do it. I'd be like, okay, let's do it. Totally. I'm going to, yeah. I believe you. I believe in you, and I know that it's going to work. Sisterhood.
I did. Oh.
I resonate with Tink because I tried to learn to code after I got laid off from my job. So I resonate with her a lot in the situation. She's genuinely so bad at every other fairy talent. So much so, she almost gets everybody killed. So does this align with you will only be good at one thing? Bring out the bullet points. The issue is she's not really motivated to learn these new fairy talents. Her true intention is to go to the mainland and she can find all of the other trinkets. So she can what? Tinker with them, okay? She's still very passionate about her purpose, but she needs to figure out a way that she can pursue that purpose, and trying to learn a different talent is the way to do that. Is she really motivated to learn these talents? No. So that's why she's not very successful in it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Do people still say that? I don't think so. That's the first time I've ever said that, I think. So it's allowed that I can say it once, okay? Naturally, when you fail at a lot of things, you have an existential crisis, which is what Tinkerbell's experiencing.
Great. I failed for the 3rd time in a row.
Did I coincidentally watch this movie at the time I was also having an existential crisis? Yes. Did I cry in resonating with Tink in this moment? Maybe. I don't remember. So Tink runs away twice, and I also resonate with this because I tend to like to run away. I have one of these packed up mentally at all times, baby. At all times. The first time she runs away, she finds another lost item to tinker with, and it is this beautiful music box. And the Sisterhood sees her do this.
Don't you like doing this? Isn't it what you really love? Yeah, who cares about going to the mainland anyway?
Tink gets really frustrated by this, and I understand both points because the friends are just trying to be supportive, but they don't understand Tinkerbell's intention and real goal is to go to the mainland so she can find more lost items and tinker with them and fix them up. And so she's just getting frustrated because they aren't understanding why she doesn't just keep tinkering, but she wants to do more than what the Tinker Fairies are doing in fairy society right now. She's a girl with big dreams. Tink is so down bad at this point, she goes to Vidya for help.
Will you teach me how to be a fast-flying fairy?
And I don't know why, but there is this trope in early 2000s movies where the main character goes to the antagonist for help after they've been mean to the main character the entire movie. So Vidya's like, oh, I have one way you can become a garden fairy. You have to wrangle all of the sprinting thistles and then you'll figure it out. So Tinkerbell grabs cheese. Of course it goes atrociously. I was thinking, oh my God, is Tinkerbell going to destroy all of the work that the fairies have done for spring? And I was like, wow, thank God she didn't. Luckily, I was wrong. I lied. I was right. She ruined everything. So now it's so awkward. Everyone's glaring at her and the queen shows up again. And the queen's they're trying to figure out what to do because all of the work that they've put in has been destroyed. And Tinkerbell runs away for the 2nd time.
I'm going away for a while.
How long are you gonna be gone?
Forever.
And I would also do that if this happened to me. Terrence and Tink chat for a little bit.
Thanks, Terrence.
You know my name?
I'm so surprised you know my name. I'm surprised you know my name, Tinkerbell. Yeah, I know your name. I'm just the dust guy. And then Tink goes on this rant that his talent is extremely important to the sustainability and structure to fairy society, and he shouldn't hate his talent. He's like, whoa, I don't hate my talent. I love my talent. I appreciate my talent, even though he was like, I'm just the dustkeeping guy. So now she's having another crisis, but she finds her lost items.
That's it.
And Tink said, we're so back. She comes back to the Pixie Hollow meeting, interrupts the queen again.
Wait! I know how we can fix everything.
And at this point, everyone's like, girl, what are you doing? And I just respect how Tink does not have an ounce of embarrassment ever. I long to have that. And I'm making a YouTube video about a Tinkerbell movie, so.
How long does it take you to paint a ladybug?
10, 15 minutes, I guess?
So Tink's new inventions to save spring are working. She's proving herself, and Vidya is roasting her publicly.
Why do you think you're so much better than me?
I am better than you, sweetie.
And Tink gets red hot pissed. Tinkerbell really is one of the original motifs of feminine rage. But while Vidya is roasting her, she exposes herself. Yeah.
Well, I tried to help you. Maybe I should have told you to capture the hawk instead of the thistles.
Exposed, Vidya. And the queen punishes her pretty severely.
Seems to me that your fast-flying talent is well suited to chasing down each and every one of the thistles.
But that could take forever.
Then I suggest you get started.
She just doesn't like Vidya, I don't think, because that punishment was crazy. So Tink basically starts the industrial revolution of Pixie Hollow, probably putting a lot of fairies out of jobs, is what user Far From Home would say. But get this, Pixie Hollow doesn't seem to have any currency. So actually, these fairies relying on technology that helps them become more efficient with their fairy duties will allow them more free time to truly enjoy themselves. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. And if there is currency, it wasn't in this movie. So step off. Step off.
You did it, Tinkerbell. You saved spring.
It was a buzzer beater, but they finished in time for spring.
A certain Tinker Fairy might have a job to do after all. On the mainland.
She gets to go to the mainland. Woo! Yeah, she needs to bring that music box back to its original owner. I don't know if these are confirmed to be pigeons, but I'm going to say on the record, this is pigeon visibility and representation. And I am pro pigeon, by the way. The song is beautiful. So I just connected the dots that the clock tower in both Peter Pan and in this movie is Big Ben. Thought it was fiction. I didn't think it was London. I'll tell you that. I did not think that that clock tower was in London. Tink brings the music box to who? Little Miss Wendy. Did I cry? I don't remember. She closes it all out with a wand. She didn't have a wand the entire movie. When does she get her wand in the lore? You know? She didn't have a wand the whole time. Where did that come from? The movie ends with the iconic, come on, iconic song by Selena Gomez, Fly to Your Heart. And I remember watching the lyric video for this so many times, and I did a cover on it on my deceased YouTube channel. I knew the lyrics still. I was singing along at the end. That song holds up. So let's review our bullet points. Trusting the industrialist. The Tinker Fairies are actually not very trusted by Pixie society at large. They have to constantly be proving themselves and proving that their inventions are beneficial to Pixie society. So I wouldn't say that there is a trusting, but more so a proof is needed from the industrialists, which I guess are the Tinker Fairies. Scientists being overzealous and joyless. This is weird because these two words are completely opposite. Like I would say, yes, maybe the Tinker Fairies are very passionate about their passion. Joyless, is it because Tinkerbell got a little sad about her talent? But that just happens in life. You're going to be passionate about the things you're passionate about, and sometimes you're going to get a little down. I just don't think that this is a relevant piece of critique. I'm getting so serious. You will only ever be good at one thing. I have personally interpreted the fairy talents as passions of the soul and are true to each fairy. Everyone is passionate about different things. It's not about whether someone is good at something, but whether someone is passionate about it. That is the difference. Any signs that are against educating oneself. I wouldn't say that Tinkerbell was particularly interested in learning more about the other fairy talents. She was pretty impatient and just wanted to get her done. But she did teach herself how to create these really cool inventions. I mean, she was educating herself about the things she was passionate about. So it is by my own declaration, girlhood has defeated r/Daddit and user far from home. The Tinkerbell movie remains a heartwarming tale about following your passion and sisterhood and friendship. Honestly, the message holds up, and it was a message I even needed today as a woman. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to become a magical, whimsical little fairy. I have a Patreon where you can support me, and I am posting some video editing tutorials, a little bit of YouTube tutorials. You know, I'm working through that right now. So if you're interested in learning how I edit and how the process happens, all that stuff, I'm going to start making some educational content on Patreon. I also have a Discord if you want to join the girly community where we just talk about our favorite things, which is really fun. And that's free. I'm going to thank my patrons. Thank you to Tori, Haley McCurry, Carla Charlotte, May Harmon, Felicia Aronson, Daddy Warbucks, Angelica Violet, Evan Freeze, Carrie, Rainbow 4v3, Alex G, 10 Tiny Beasts, Annie Wyas, Rachel, Louie, Shar, Giselle, Clark Hamza, Cassandra. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you like these videos. Like, subscribe, comment, do everything that you wanted to do anyway, right? You guys wanted to like and subscribe and comment anyway. I hope you guys have a really good rest of your week, whatever the day is that you're watching it. I'm going to keep making videos forever, so goodbye.